Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Today I will be reacting to two videos. The first video, a woman tells a story why she regrets not choosing a good guy. And the second video will be a reaction of a woman who is stuck in the streets and don't know how to get out. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video, but first watch the entire video. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, who is Anthony Spade, the link is in the description. Okay, today I'm going to be reacting to two videos, all right? The first video coming up is going to be a woman who's describing why she did the first video is going to be about a woman regretting not choosing a nice guy in her younger years. Even though she's 44, she is aging very well. But one thing that she regrets is getting to the age where she's at and being lonely, and all the good guys being taken up, and all the single guys are just out jumping from woman to woman, which is typically what you see nowadays. Now, the reason for me doing this video is because lately I've been having a lot of women watching this channel. It seems like we're going into a trend of women coming into the red pill community, seeing what we know, taking our information, and possibly wanting to learn more. They're still debating along the way, but a lot of women are starting to wake up. So this video is helped to inspire other women who may be overlooking a good guy. Let's get to it.
Attracting younger men. Like, a lot of women usually don't like to talk about their ages because they don't know. I think once a woman gets 30 years old, they stop talking about their age.
I'll be 44 next week.
You'll be 44 next week.
I'm very happy about that. The only embarrassment about it, is because I'm not married and I'm not where I want to be.
Now, do you think this?
Now, I want a lot of people to understand she's 44 years old. Still cute, have hit the wall, but this is what the average woman, especially in the African American community, is facing nowadays. When the delusion of the younger years start to catch up because they think that they can continue to do better, and then eventually they end up alone with no options.
Society has a big part of it.
I think it was my fault because when I was younger, I could have gotten with the good guys, the ones that were going to college and doing what they wanted to do, but instead I got with the bad boys on the street, and then now it's just kind of too late because all the guys that are my age are taken, all the good ones, and all the guys that are the bad ones, they're just out there acting like they're 20, 30 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
And what you're seeing is majority of what most women are going to go through. They're going to wake up in their 40s and they're going to realize that they made a bunch of mistakes by not choosing the right guys at the right time, especially in today's world. In today's world, a lot of these guys out here are learning to be very, very good at making money. Women aren't trading stocks. Women aren't into Bitcoin. They're not into online jobs that a lot of men are inspiring to be now. They're just trying to be YouTubers, and they're not even getting far for that. But she's a prime example of a woman not waking up until it's too late. All right, the next video. Now, this video is going to be a woman who still belongs to the streets. And the reason why I'm playing this video is because when you see her saying what she's saying for attention, women need to understand that men are becoming very desensitized. When a woman has to use her sexuality and talk about sex in order just to get some attention, it only excites beta males. But too many beta males starts to mislead her down the wrong road, and she starts to be thinking that this is normal behavior. Once it becomes normal behavior, then she puts herself out there because it feels good. Let's get to it.
When I'm sucking your dick, my goal is not to make you nut fast. I don't want you to nut fast. So maybe you shouldn't watch me because I'm very passionate sucking dick. I like to watch you and how you like it. But anyways, You know, my goal is to get you to the point where you're about to nut about 50 or 60 times. Like, I want to suck your dick for like an hour and just make you almost nut.
You want to know the sad part? You have a lot of women that make these videos for a good joke and for a good laugh. But at the end of the day, what they don't realize is that once they put that energy out there, people will forever look at you just like that, whether you want them to or not. The moment you put that imagery out there of you and it lives on the internet forever, people will forever look at you as being below the earth. They would never, ever, 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 ever have any respect for you. The mind you put out is what you're going to get back. Look at a lot of these rappers getting shot up, put in jail, or getting killed. Why? Because the energy that they put out make them pretty much subjects to their own art.
Like 50 times, and then, you know, for the grand slam, just go really hard and just throw your shit. You know, when a nigga says I'm about to nut, the best thing to do is just throw it.
Yep. And it's really sad that women have to stoop this low in order to feel good. She's not fully aware that the people that she's trying to entertain are not real. They're just bots. They're going to go to the next girl that talks like that and the next girl that talks like that. So by the time this video settles in and she get a bunch of likes and views, by the time she come down off that high, these same people that gave her the likes will have moved on to the next woman. And she'll be still trying to find some type of likes and happiness. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind this video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. And remember, if she ain't holding you down, she's slowing you down. And I got that from Nino Brown. Hasta la vista. Men can never be thoughts. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe at the end of the video. But first, watch the entire video. Okay, today we're going to be talking about why men can never be thoughts. All right? As I go through the comments, and I'm starting to notice a lot of more women are watching my videos, I'm starting to notice that women say, well, what about the men? Well, what about the men? The men could sleep around. The men could be these bad things as well. What about them? Why you never make videos about men thoughts? Because men can't be thoughts. All right, and I'm going to explain this in a way so you understand. I have did videos about this before, and I've explained it in my Telegani video. All right, when it comes to a man and a man is constantly putting off DNA. DNA is constantly leaving our body. Our scent is constantly leaving our body. Our DNA is constantly leaving our body, which is why, like, if a woman does a murder, it takes longer to find her DNA than it does a man. Why? Because a woman is constantly holding on to DNA. So when a woman walks around every day, she's absorbing all the smells. She's absorbing everything that's in the air, all the bacteria. Every man that a woman sleeps with, she keeps the DNA of him onto her. Every time that a man ejaculates inside of a woman, her body can separate the DNA from the sperm. She always holds on to the DNA. That's called microchimerism, and it's called telegamy. All right? What women don't understand is that it's worse for you to sleep around because it's doing more damage to you psychologically and emotionally. The only reason why women feel like it's okay to be equal as a man is because that's a form of brainwash. They want to be equal, but they don't necessarily have the physical attributes to be equal. Men live logical lives. Women are so hormonal that they live life based off of their emotions. So there's always going to be different reactions, even though at times women can be smarter at situations than men, but typically only to a dumb guy. So why we don't make videos about men sleeping around? Is it a double standard? Is it a bias situation? No, it's not. It's to the simple fact where men are naturally going to have a high sex drive at a young age, which means that a lot of men are going to sleep with a lot of women. It's natural. It's done that way in the animal kingdom as well. But when a man gets around 30 years old, he starts to wisen up and he doesn't sleep with that many women because his sex drive becomes less due to his knowledge and wisdom of life. Men that can be turned on by any type of sexuality after the age of 35 typically is broke and don't have anything going on with their life. The less money a man has after the age of 30, the higher his sex drive is going to be. That's typically amongst poor people. Poor people have high sex drives because sex drives release dopamine. When you're poor, your body, your mind, your soul is constantly tensing up. So when you have sex and you go to bust that nut releases dopamine throughout your body, so you don't feel the pain and the headaches of the stresses of life. So understand, the more misguided and the more poor a person is, the higher their sex drive is going to be. Which is why when men get around the 30 years old, they start thinking logically of the type of woman that they're supposed to be with. They start realizing that, all right, if I'm going to build a family, if I'm going to build a home, if I'm going to have kids, I have to have a woman that thinks a certain way. But in order for me to appreciate this woman, she has to be pure. I don't want to be able to look at her and see a lot of men, or feel like she's been with a lot of men, like she's giving something away. That's what men don't want to do. Men don't want to go out, mature, become the best version of themselves. They go out, grind, work hard, make a lot of money, become a provider, become a dominant alpha male, and then he wants to take care of a woman, but the woman that he's taking care of is going to do more harm to him than good, based off of her previous experiences with other men, not only psychologically, emotionally, but physically as well. The warring out to her body, the warring out to her mind, body, and soul. Due to the fact that women are hormonal creatures and they live life based off of emotions, when they get scarred psychologically, it ruins them for the rest of their life. Due to the fact that a lot of guys are hormonal now, when they get scarred by these women at a young age, it's ruining them for the rest of their life, because men and women psychologically have switched roles due to technology. The frequencies, the colors, and everything throughout the phone is what changed men and women around completely. But you still have a natural reaction biologically. All right? Psychologically, it's making you hormonal as a man. It's making a woman more masculine as a woman. When you start doing more masculine things, your body is going to be more tense. You need a higher sex drive, which is why a lot of women that are in the gym, they have high sex drives because they're doing masculine things. Everything is off balance, but the most damage that's been done has been done with women who sleep around. Those are proven facts. A man can sleep around with 100 women and still be able to pair bond with one for the rest of his life if he chooses to. But if a woman sleeps with 100 men, she's gonna go the rest of her life confused and pretty much draining the soul of anybody next to her. And if she doesn't have anybody next to her soul to drain, then she'll start taking her own life with drugs. The more women sleep around, the more cigarettes she's gonna smoke, the more alcohol she's gonna drink, and the fatter she's gonna get the older she gets, the older she keeps going. And then when she gets to the point where, oh, you're just like a man, cool. Shake all that weight off at 40, like a man at 40 can. Shake all that weight off at 35, like a man at 35. That's the difference. Men can get better with age once they learn the wisdom. But women are gonna naturally always live life based off their emotions. And when their emotions are scarred, they're screwed. And this is why a woman cannot sleep around. And this is why men can't be thoughts. Because their reaction to sex affects them differently. All right? This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you was able to get the message. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. My videos go to my Patreons before they come here. Hasta la vista.